Want to get into contact poi but you're not sure where to start? This is the video for you. Drex here from DrexFactor.com, starting a 6-video series on contact poi with the trick that started it all, the arm roll. Before we dive in, I just want to give a shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, LMF Props, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these amazing companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links down in the description of this video. Contact poi was invented by poi legend Ronan McLaughlin when he drilled out a contact juggling stage ball and threaded a rope through it. He discovered he could perform many of the same tricks that he'd seen contact jugglers do over the years, but add a poi twist. To this day, most contact poi tricks are adaptations of work that contact jugglers have discovered over the years. So let's take a moment to talk just a little bit about the set of poi that you're using for contact tricks, because it is actually pretty important. You're going to want a set of poi similar to these orb poi from Ultrapoi in that they have a spherical head and ball handles. This is because the head is the rolling point of contact with your body, and you need to be able to let go of the handle when you perform a roll. Head sizes range from 72 to over 100 millimeters, and there's no right size. Try out several sets and see what feels right to you. Contact poi tricks range from different kinds of arm rolls, folding lines, fishtails, and much, much more. We're going to start off this series by talking specifically about arm rolls. I think of there being essentially two major variants. Inner arm rolls that travel from the palm of your hand to the elbow pit, and outer arm rolls that travel from the back of your hand to your elbow. Though not used as frequently as outer rolls, inner arm rolls have a slightly more gentle learning curve, and will start the work of training you on some of the less intuitive elements of contact poi. To begin learning these rolls, we have to talk a little bit about what makes contact poi rolls work in the first place. First, we have to talk about the most important element of the contact poi roll, the tether. It is what initiates the roll as well as determining the direction of it. A tether spinning in the correct plane will make the roll and catch feel effortless. A tether spinning off plane will make the roll impossible to catch. Next, we need to talk about your forearm. The most important thing to realize here is that we have to learn to keep the forearm parallel to the floor for the entire length of the roll. Our natural inclination is to raise our hand or forearm when we initiate a roll, because our brain defaults to thinking that what will help the roll will be to give the poi a nice ramp to roll down. What this actually does is make the surface the poi is rolling across less stable, so you have less control over where it winds up. Think that it is the tether's job to make that roll happen. Your forearm's only job is to be that flat surface for the poi to roll across. So, with all that said, let's dive into our inner arm roll. Our training starts by holding the poi head in our hand and spinning the tether in reverse. Ideally, you want to get the tether spinning at an angle that is just slightly off of parallel with your forearm. Think that if you draw a line from the center of the head to the outer edge of your forearm near the elbow, that you want your plane to be parallel to that. Next, you'll want to release your grip on the head at the point when the tether is pointing straight up. This will make it so that the tether can complete 3/4 of a beat by the time the head reaches your elbow, putting the tether right in the butter zone for you to catch it as the head is about to roll off. You'll want to keep your palm facing towards the sky or ceiling as the poi head rolls to your elbow. Imagine that you're catching the tether like it was a ball thrown to you. The handle and tether should swing around and wrap over your hand through the gap between your thumb and index finger. So here's all that together. Spin the tether in reverse and release the head when the handle and tether are pointed straight up. Let the head roll to your elbow and catch the tether right as the head is about to fall off the edge of your forearm. Now, all this happens pretty quickly. If I do it at speed, it's over in less than a second, like so. But if you're like me, then the first few times you did this, it did not go down that well. So let's explore some of the reasons why. First, remember to check the angle that your tether is spinning at. If the angle it's spinning at is too great, you'll find that the head rolls off your forearm early. Try shallower and shallower angles until you find the one that works to get the head straight to your elbow. If the head keeps rolling off in unpredictable directions, more than likely the culprit is that pesky forearm. Remember, by default, your brain wants to create a ramp for the poi to roll down, and it takes some work to retrain it. One way to do this would actually be off the corner of a table. See if you can orient yourself so your hand hangs off the edge, but your forearm and elbow are supported. Work to make sure that when you roll the poi, your forearm stays in contact with the table for the entirety of the roll. It's difficult, but retraining your forearm to stay level is probably the most important skill you'll have to learn in order to master contact poi. Want another challenge? There's actually a great variant on this that involves catching the poi and reversing the direction of the roll. Start with the tether spinning at a slightly more shallow angle, and as the head approaches your elbow, raise your hand and forearm up to catch the tether. You should wind up with the tether more or less wrapped around your forearm, and the poi had trapped on the outside of your elbow pit. To release the poi, you'll toss the tether back out and let the poi roll back into your palm. Once again, you want to keep your forearm as flat as possible during this roll. When you raise your forearm to catch the tether, be aware that you're also changing the orientation of your hand as well. You're switching from palm up to thumb up to put your hand in an ideal position to catch the tether as it comes up. It takes some work to find the ideal timing for that catch, but the result is pretty cool once you do. I'll also totally admit that lately I've been loving using this catch to initiate a pirouette, and I think the result looks very unexpected and really cool. If you're looking for a pair of contact poi to begin this journey with, I highly recommend these orb poi from this month's sponsor, Ultrapoi. These have been my primary LED contact poi now for months, and I take them with me everywhere I go. Ultrapoi was kind enough to help me make this contact poi series possible, so do check them out. To snag a set of these for yourself, head on over to ultrapoi.com and use the discount code DREXFACTOR with a 0 instead of an O. It helps out the channel and it gives you a discount on a set of these poi. What are your favorite contact poi tricks? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know what other tricks you'd like to see me cover in the future. If you did this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to guarantee that you'll see my latest videos when they get published. And finally, a shout out to my awesome supporters on Patreon. They are the reason that this video and all the videos on my channel exist. If you'd like to sign up to support the work that I do, please head on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and sign up. You'll get access to my videos before the rest of the world, plus great exclusive content, and a vote in what topics I tackle in the future. Thank you so much in advance.